I don't know.
I feel that.
So that.
Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Are we here?
Are we? Hello?
I think it's here. I think we are. I think we're
Can you hear me
live.
now?
Boys
Uh-oh.
and girls, everyone's here. We are here live for episode 3 of the PUGCast. Probably the number 1 WoW podcast the day before reset. Probably.
Hey, everybody.
Today we have a very special guest. As always, we have our co-host AdamShwaginz, and our very special guest with the crispest camera in the game is MissildineOnline TV. So let's we're here. There it is, and we're live.
Hey, this is
What's
nice.
going on?
Wow.
This is nice.
Never thought we'd be here. Look at us.
Your camera's pretty crisp.
It's it's
It's crisper than Adam's. Adam's is.
Mine is. I would show you, but it's.
I don't
a
even.
little, rinky
What are you?
thing.
What are you using? A
It's
camera from...
it's this random camera that my dad had in his little drawer. It's like an It says Ubisoft on it. I don't know where it came from or why he got it. It's just So whatever.
Maybe it's like
Logitech C900, like the OG one from like 5 years ago.
Wow. I'm using a
There it is.
Cam Link with a
Yeah, I know.
like a full-on DSLR.
Nice.
It's very crisp. Very clean.
One day I'll graduate to a real camera if I
You gotta graduate to a real computer first.
That's
It's
true.
fun.
I'm rocking a laptop. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. I can do lots of things with it.
Yeah.
The amount of porn videos I've shot.
Oh, would love to get my hands on that.
I love your dog video where it's like,
Oh my.
where it's in the arms of the. I can't sing that because I'll get DMCA now. Thanks, Twitch.
Yeah, you
Oh my
can't.
God.
But yeah, I love that one. I think it's fantastic. But
Thank you.
yeah, so we're here with Cory to talk about WoW and all things Shadowlands and WoW and Classic and all that kind of stuff. He tweeted at me earlier saying he's gonna really tell me what he thinks about Classic WoW and to this. Classic
I can't
boy.
wait.
And
Wait. Okay, so I could have sworn you were a Classic boy.
I was pretty involved in Classic at the start.
We both were.
I was playing on Fairlina a lot. I think at launch I played so much at launch, but then I ended up transferring off the server with a couple of buddies, and then the guild fell apart, and then I'm like, well, I'm not gonna level up. I'm not gonna level up again on Fairlina, especially right now with War PvP and
Yeah.
So
I've been playing a lot more Classic lately, but that's just because my IRL friends started playing again, and they want me to start leveling with them. Well, they already got to 60, so I've just been trying to catch up, and I just discovered Warrior is kind of fun in Classic, so
What server are you rocking?
On Classic?
Yeah.
Well, on that server that I'm playing with them is Netherwind, and then I'm playing on Fairlina all my other characters that I tried to level and failed. One of which is Cartman, the dwarf paladin, and I'm trying to get him to a high enough level to equip his appropriate Classic transmog, so I can run around Stormwind and troll streamers all day.
Well, just go to the transmog vendor and Stormwind, dude, and just do it that way.
True. If only.
Yeah. Tell me what you think about Classic, Cory. What?
Man,
I know you raced to 60 on your druid, and then.
Okay, so I was actually one of those guys that literally I have a reaction video on YouTube of me reacting. It's one of my most viewed videos ever. I think it's I don't even know, but it was me reacting to the BlizzCon where they announced BFA and Classic, and my reaction to them announcing Classic was literally really?
What?
Yeah, in the comment, and people were like, "I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you, guy." But I was literally when they said that they were doing that, I was like, "Oh man," because I was thinking that it was going to divide the player base, that it was going to shrink the live player base, that they were going to focus on their attention as a team, as a company, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They were going to focus their attention on the past instead of the future.
Makes sense.
And I was worried about that. But then the demo came out, and I played the demo, and I was like, wait a minute. I really like this.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Every level matters. I was like, wait, this feels really good.
Fun.
Yeah. And then I played the alpha and the beta and took it super seriously. I learned leveling routes and ways to do it. And I was like, I want to play a druid because I think they they can do the most things. They're like a Swiss Army knife. It's gonna be great. And then it came out, and I decided that I was gonna race to 60, and I was with Sony.
Yeah.
I was in
Sony
Sony's
Digital,
guild. Yeah, I was in his guild with a few people that the only reason I didn't even actually know who he was at the time, but I was super into HOTS, and a bunch of the HOTS pros were in that guild, so I was like, I want to go join that guild. So I didn't really know. And we all raced to 60. I wanted to do it fully solo. I didn't want to join any groups. I didn't want to do anything. I wanted to do it solo. I wanted to do it at my speed. I didn't want to have to rely on anybody. And I think I was the first solo druid on Faralina.
Nice.
To get 60.
Oh,
yeah, and we ended up being like one of the top people to kill Ragnaros and Onyxia, which ended up being super cool. So, but then I realized, dude, that endgame sucks. Like, it's so boring. I healed on my
raid a week, and then farming stuff. Yeah.
And like, I don't want to do those same dungeons over and over. And I get that that's kind of what we're doing on live, right? We're doing the same dungeons.
True.
But they're at least a little different from week to week.
Well, yeah.
Even if it's just
plus, yeah.
There's just more of them in general, but
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was healing, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. I played 22 hours a day for 2 weeks. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. I came back. The guild had fallen apart.
What was the name of the guild?
Hero.
Yeah, Hero.
Heroes of the Alliance.
Yeah. Horde.
Oh, we were Horde.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sony was the
I know.
Raid leader, main tank, Torn warrior,
GM. Yep. And well, that's why it fell apart, is because of everyone was kind of told that it wasn't going to be a streamer guild, and it was definitely a streamer guild.
Yeah.
Damn.
I think that's specifically the case with like Faralina in general. Like Faralina is the streamer server. Same thing with like KT. Like a lot of like streamers are on KT.
Well, that's why I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Is because I was like, well, we'll be able to like host events, and it's gonna be awesome and all this other stuff. But it ended up being so. Yeah, I think it ended up being super selfish, to be honest with you. Like a lot of streamers, instead of them being like, hey, how can we make content together, or how can we organize these events to bring our stuff in? It was, hey, how do I benefit from doing this event? Yeah. Or how can I make my community see this or see me do this, you know?
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. So then I was like, you know what? At least with live, like I can stream it, and I can bounce around, and I can do whatever I want each day. If I decide I want to do mythics, or I want to do raid, or whatever, I can just do it. I don't need to rely on that many people. I get to play the game how I want. There's more stuff to collect. There's, it's just more open for me. So
yeah, for me, I'm kind of like a mixed bag. Like I love classic and I love retail, but like there's good and bad in both. And part of the reason why Chocolate and I wanted to start this is to just get all of our thoughts and opinions and whatever's out about retail, so we can improve the live game and get everybody's feedback out there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I've said before, I love classic, but I would much rather play a good version of the live game. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So yeah. But bringing it back a little bit, what we normally do with our guests from now on is we want to start it off by asking how you started playing WoW, and how old are you, and where were you in life when you first started. So when did you start playing WoW, Corey?
I started playing in 2005.
Okay, classic. So vanilla.
Yeah, vanilla. And I hated it.
Really?
Yeah. I was a Warcraft 3 player.
Okay.
And I mained orcs, and I wasn't very good. It was 2005, so I was 14. Mm-hmm. And I loved orcs, and then I rolled an orc, and I was like, this is the worst, most boring game I've ever played.
Well, yeah, orcs live in mud huts, dude. They're gross.
Yeah, it was horrible. So then I decided that I was going to be a human paladin named Kamari.
Ah, yes.
From Final Fantasy X, because I'm very creative person. And so I was a paladin forever, and then I stopped. So I played a little bit in February of 2005, and then I
Wait, I'm so sorry to cut you off. You said you were bored of Classic WoW because you started playing a Paladin?
No. So I started playing an Orc.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got the story mixed up. You said Paladin. I was like, oh.
I
Paladin's very boring.
Yeah. Well, so that's what happened. So I stopped playing, and then I came back. I think I tried to play Final Fantasy 11 or something.
Uh-huh.
And then I couldn't get it to work on my computer because it was a family computer, and I didn't have my own PC
Back
until
when
like
you had one computer in the entire family, and it was in the living room.
Yeah, I didn't get my first computer until like, I don't know, 5 years ago or something. And so I came back at some point in Classic. I think it was right before BC was coming out, and I made a Paladin, and I leveled him up, and then I leveled him and played him throughout BC, and I had a little bit more fun, but it was still like, I didn't really like BC because I couldn't do anything. Like I wasn't in a group or anything where I didn't have IRL friends that played.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
So like I couldn't get into raids, I couldn't get into groups, I couldn't do anything. And it wasn't until like the end of BC where randoms started being like, yeah, you can come on, here's our event server or whatever. And then
event server. I can still hear the sound today.
Yeah.
And then I decided to stop playing again at the end of BC. Then I came back for Wrath to find that my account was hacked, and my Paladin was hovering in Dalaran. Like he was just like hovering in the air. Still don't know how or why or anything. He might have had a buff. He might have just simply had levitate on him. I don't really know. I didn't really know much about the game. I was a potato. And I don't know what happened. He had a bunch of gems in his bag.
Hey.
But all of his gear was gone.
Oh.
What happened?
What?
No, I was saying, because that's sad, because like all of his gear was gone.
Oh yeah, all of his gear was gone. Not that it mattered. I didn't really have any gear. But I stopped playing again because I was hacked, and then I came back and made in 2009 and made a Draenei Paladin, and I've been playing him ever since.
Nice. I wish I had like that one character that I played from the start. I still have the character. It was originally a gnome warrior. Was like my first character on the account that I'm playing, currently.
Mm-hmm.
But then I ended up changing him to a Draenei, and I wish I never did that. Sorry.
Yeah, that's not a good choice.
I get it. The Draenei are, I get it.
There's no boots. You don't have boots.
That's
no
true.
Boots.
I don't like that. Yeah.
There's just no boots.
Any race that don't have boots, like Worgen, Trolls,
don't even get
Draenei.
Worgen, dude. I hate Worgen so much.
I'm not a fan of Worgen.
They're so ugly. Like they just like hunch over and they're like.
I want to love Worgen. I love the idea of being like a werewolf, but like I'm not a furry. Not a furry, by the way. I just have to
confirmed furry.
Put that out there first. No, like I remember like watching like every night like Total Biscuits like playthrough of the Worgen starting zones like back in the day.
Those were
in the Cataclysm
fantastic.
beta. Oh my god, yeah. And I was just like,
so
I can't wait to play a Worgen. Holy shit! And I would just like watch it religiously. And then when it came out, I was just like, oh, I'll go back to my Night Elf Druid.
and then everybody had the name Worgen Freeman.
Yes, that's a great name.
It was a great name for whenever they first came out, but like if you're lucky enough to get Worgen Freeman on any server,
I actually got it.
God bless you.
Yeah.
Dude, I just couldn't deal with their sniffing. Like
they're like just like their idle animation.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I think they toned it down. They nerfed their sniffing.
Good.
But
I think so. I don't think I've noticed it very much. I mean, I haven't really played a Worgen too much.
In Cataclysm, it was horrible.
Yeah.
I remember
like, every 2 seconds
your entire body, like you did like a full 180, like all the time.
Yeah, I'd be
true.
Like watching Netflix and all I hear is, what are you doing? Hello?
Yeah. What's funny though? Like also the goblins, like when they're standing, they do the same shit. It's Worgen and goblins. They're just like
they both like do like the huge turn look thing.
Yeah. But goblins have the sneak animation, and their sneak animations the stealth animations like one of the best.
It's great. I love that.
So when they like tiptoe and they're like,
yeah,
that's great. That's good.
I played Horde a long time, and then I recently switched back to Alliance and Legion. Is when I switched back to Alliance.
That's the right call.
Yeah.
I repented my sins, and now I'm back to the glorious city of Stormwind instead of these disgusting mud huts that the Horde live in now.
Correct. I've always wanted to play a goblin, actually. Like the whole like New Yorker voice, like I resonate with, obviously. So like I don't know, I just could never get behind like playing a tiny little guy. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, he's just too small for me. But yeah, maybe one day I'll come around. But
I'm compensating by playing a Draenei.
Yeah.
I just want like big broad shoulders, you know?
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
That's all I want.
Overhead press. That's all you got. That's all you got to do.
Well,
overhead press.
Yeah.
Delt
Oh my
lifts,
god, I
all
miss
that
overhead
stuff,
press.
man.
that would mean that I can't be lazy, and
Fair enough. Yeah.
that's not happening. So
True.
Yeah, speaking of being lazy, I like did not play, and it's funny because like me like saying that I'm lazy is like, oh, I didn't play WoW this week, really. Like that's like me being lazy.
Life of a streamer.
WoW. God, like we did the podcast last Monday, and then we did the scythe run, and I didn't play till that Friday. Like I just for whatever reason, like it just didn't happen. Oh, I played a little bit on Thursday night. I did a little bit of raiding, but yeah, it's pretty sad whenever you go a week and you're like, man, like I didn't play WoW all this week. Like I'm so lazy. What am I doing with my life?
Yeah.
Today I logged in to look at my mailbox to make sure I got everything out. And that was like it.
Just to make sure you didn't hit that 30-day mark.
Yep, that was it. I have one character that's got 11 days left on their stuff, and I was like, all right, I gotta log into that.
Okay, just set a reminder on your phone.
That's sad.
Next time.
Yeah.
So Corey, you were telling us before that you're taking a little hiatus from WoW.
Yeah,
recently.
From the live game. I'm trying to. We have no idea how long we're gonna have it.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't really want to be doing the same stuff for the next, who knows, 5 months, 6 months.
True.
I think it's gonna be October, but still.
My guess is a November release.
Around.
Yeah, a lot of people are guessing. I honestly think it's gonna be like super early October. At least I'm hoping.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just don't. I'm afraid of burning myself out, burning viewers out, burning my guild out. Mm-hmm. So it's like I'm just gonna take a step back. There's a bunch of other games I want to play right now. Last of Us 2 is coming out soon, like 10 days.
Oh yeah, heard about that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like there's a bunch of stuff that's coming, and I'm like, dude, I want to play that. So I'm taking a little break, and of course I'm playing the alpha. So I am taking a wild break, but not really.
You're taking a BFA break.
Yeah,
just like the developers did whenever they released the game. They also took a BFA break too. You know.
I actually I loved BFA. Which
okay.
You're very what's the word I'm looking for? You're very strong by your opinion of BFA.
Yeah,
why is it so good to you? Like, what makes it so good?
That's what I respect most about you, though. Like
Thank you.
Yeah. But go ahead.
I really like. First of all, I love the story of BFA, which I know a lot of people. That's like a controversial point. A lot of people don't.
Yeah.
I think this was a super character-driven expansion. I think it focused on individuals more than the overall plot, a lot more than WoW has ever done, and therefore, it's maybe not everybody's storytelling, but I really like that. I like seeing these people take control of this world that they're in. Saurfang, I thought his entire story was fantastic. Mm-hmm. I actually love Sylvanas, especially now that we've seen what Shadowlands is.
Oh, boy.
I think Sylvanas is right.
Just wait to hear my thoughts about Sylvanas and Shadowlands.
Yeah.
Just you wait.
I love her. I think she was totally right. And her idea that this world is a prison, I think she's right. I think her methods are fucked up, and that's what's great. I've liked a few of the seasonal affixes that they've put in Mythic Plus. Mm-hmm. I like most of the dungeons that they've done. I love the raids. There isn't a single raid where I was like, this was a bad raid.
The raids were very well designed, yeah.
I think WoW I don't think like there's very few exceptions to the rule, obviously, but overall, like raiding in WoW has always been like a very strong point from Blizzard. Like they've always done good. Like there's like, a couple of them, but like I would give them like 95%. They have it down.
Yeah, there's a few. Yeah, I can't really think of any raids where I've been like, this was awful. I didn't like this at all. Even there were some boss fights too that I didn't like a couple boss fights in Nyalotha, but overall I love Nyalotha. So at first I was super mad about the ending cinematic of the Nyalotha raid. I was like, dude, what are they doing?
I didn't. I was not a fan of that.
But then I played the raid and I saw it. So I saw the cinematic first when it was like somebody else doing it, right?
It was
and then
or whatever.
Yeah, and then once I did it, I was like, you know what? That was actually pretty cool. Like at first I was like, no, but then after going through the raid, yeah, I was like, all right. No, I liked it. I think it's totally different than anything they've done before.
Well, I wouldn't say different because
Go ahead, Sean.
Thrall used the Dragon Soul to kill Deathwing in the same fashion.
True.
Kamehameha.
Yeah.
And everybody was mad. Everybody was mad that he stole our kill again.
I don't think that there's ever been a
kill
we've had. Like, I think, like, obviously classic WoW, we were able to kill the boss and there wasn't like a cutscene because it was just focusing on like a raid, right? But then they started getting more into the storytelling because like Lich King, we got cucked out of the Lich King, killing him. Arthas, not Arthas, but
Tyrion killed him. Yeah.
Tyrion, thank you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Lord nerd.
Deathwing turned into some hentai tentacle monster. Hated that. I hated that raid.
Okay. Dragon Soul, I don't like. I am a Dragon Soul. I'm not a big fan of.
Common ground. We're getting somewhere.
Mostly because I'm still doing it to this day for those mounts. I'm just done.
I refuse to do it. I'm like,
it's the worst.
I don't need those mounts. Fuck.
I do like Madness or Spine though. I think that's a fun fight.
You like Spine?
I like Spine. Yeah.
That Spine gave me.
I tend to not go anywhere near those raids.
I like Spine.
Yeah.
Spine I think is cool.
I think Spine was a cool concept for a fight. Like, because it was basically like an all ads boss fight, and I thought that was pretty interesting. But
and a movement one, right?
It was a different change
lots of movement.
Yeah, it was cool.
Back and forth, and but doing that in LFR, like just like randomly, like oh my gosh, I wanted to. This is why, as you can see, my hair is receding further and further back the more I talk about Dragon Soul because it ages.
Do you have any mounts from it?
No. I have all of the gear except for the mounts. Every item I have from that raid except for mounts.
I have one mount. I have the Blazing Drake, which is like the easiest one to get.
Yeah.
But I'm still doing it almost every week for the
Alexstrasza one.
The Alexstrasza one and the Altraxian one.
Yep.
The Altraxian trash is just the worst. Ah, my God.
Going
on a warrior, I'm like, I need to get out of here.
For a dragon raid, the mounts could have been way cooler because we got like basically like just like a reskinned albino drink from because like Altraxian is such a cool looking dragon, and then they give you like this derpy pink with like a porcupine, no, not porcupine, a pineapple at the end of its tail. It makes me so mad.
Well, it's
I'm holding out for like the Dragon Isles to ever come to WoW, and hopefully we'll get some really badass looking dragon mounts. I mean, lately we've gotten some really good dragon mounts, like the
AOTC
the one from
was really cool.
That one that I spent all my gold on for a heroic carry and
we would have brought you.
Well, now I know for next time. Hey.
Exactly. Yeah. Next expansion.
As long as you play Alliance.
Actually fairly geared. He's like 460, so like I could do.
Oh yeah. All right.
My guy's like 440 something.
Oh well, we wouldn't bring you, but
441 is the minimum. Sorry, bud.
Yeah. Sorry. You gotta be
better luck next time.
Okay.
Yeah. Next, we'll talk.
So raiding in Shadowlands, man. Like, what's the I know you said you're a GM of a guild. Is it Tantalus? Is that what it's called? I'm
Tantalus.
The name.
Oh, you got it.
But are y'all like just like casual normal? Do you like heroic, mythic? Like what is your?
We're AOTC guilds.
Okay.
So I kind of started the guild off with this idea of like, if you've never raided before, join us.
Yeah.
We'll clear normal and then we'll clear heroic and you'll kind of, my big thing was I wanted to teach people how to work as a team more so than just clearing the content. It was an idea of like, you have certain responsibilities and right. And then now it's turned to the point where like I want more in WoW.
Yeah.
So I'm now trying to divide. We now have 2 raid teams. One of them just jumps right into heroic right when it launches. We have another raid team that goes through normal and then heroic. And they raid weekends. We raid weekdays. And then I'm actually on both raid teams too on different.
Tunes.
Yeah, I've started off healing the weekend group, and I ended up tanking the that group. And yeah, so that's kind of what we focus on.
Nice.
Just
man.
doing, yeah, it's good. It's fun.
Yeah,
I'd love to join you sometime.
I might have to roll a character on Storm Rage, and because you're on Storm Rage now, right?
Yeah, we're slowly moving everything over for
Okay.
Shadowlands. Yeah.
I might have to roll a character on Storm Rage and use that XP buff while I still got it.
Yeah, dude, it's a good time because like I don't really. Yeah, there you go. I don't really push like. I guess I push. Actually, one of my raiders is in your chat, but I push like a little bit, but I'm not like super hardcore. Like, hey, you're underperforming, get out. Unless it's like really bad. But we've had plenty of people
that, and
right.
I guess like
hello.
Not even just handhold, but just like, hey, like, what are you doing for your rotation? Like, what's your philosophy on like doing your spells?
Well, my big thing is that I'll never like I'll offer suggestions, but I'm not going to tell you. I'm not gonna like tell you what to do or hold your hand.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say what needs to be done, and then it's your job to figure out how to do that.
Right.
Like,
right.
because I don't want the whole point is that you're learning at this thing. I'm not going to tell you what I want you to do. I'm going to tell you what needs to be done, and then hopefully we can figure it out.
Yeah.
Which I think it works.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if it gets the job done and everyone's happy and you have a healthy guild, and I think finding a healthy guild in BFA is really difficult these days. Obviously, we're at the end of the expansion, so everyone's tired of the game. Everyone's just waiting for the next big thing. They're all just waiting for Shadowlands. Yeah. And I mean, like a couple of my buddies and we had started a guild on KT called Homeless, and we have like it's like me and like a couple of my mods are like the only ones online ever, and it's we try to recruit, but like it's just so hard right now because everyone's they're just focusing on doing their plus 15s or AOTC or whatever. So we're just gonna kind of just kick back, relax, and wait till Shadowlands and see what happens from there. I know that I've been raiding with a couple of the boys on Twitch on Thursday nights, so maybe there might be a guild that forms from that, and if it does, then Homeless is dead to me, and I'm gonna join that.
I mean, so going into Storm Rage or going into Shadowlands, the reason why we're going to Storm Rage is because I want to start doing Mythic.
Nice.
I want to try. I've never raided Mythic. I have no idea what it's going to be like.
Right.
But I want to start, slowly getting into it and kind of, maybe we're not going to get cutting edge our first tier. I don't think we are. But
at least getting into doing the content.
Yeah. Seeing what it is, seeing what it requires, and hopefully I can get a team together for it. I know a lot of my guys are like not into that. They're like, no, that sounds like a lot of work.
Mythic rating is hard for me because I'm a dad, so I have dad responsibilities.
Dad gamer.
Kids.
Yeah.
Well, one kid. Right
dad
now.
responsibilities like kids.
Another kid coming.
The second one's in November. Yes. Yeah. So, but like, my mic is really quiet. Oh, okay. I'll just turn it up then. Is that better?
Yeah.
It sounded good to me.
Nice.
Sounded good to me, but
well, then we're good. We fixed it.
All right.
So yeah, like I would like to get into Mythic rating, but it'd be something where like we do like once a week after we cleared Heroic that week, and it's just like, oh, let's just do Mythic for fun, like for shits and giggles.
See how we do.
Exactly. Not like unless it was like my job, it would not be worth the time investment for me.
So it's funny you say that because right now what I like my dream scenario is I want to day raid. Like nice. I start my streams at 9 a.m. I that's the time I stream.
Yeah.
Like I would love to get on and raid during the day. Like that, I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love that too.
You just finding people to do that. You just can't.
It's impossible.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
Just play EU, then you can day raid and it's not even a big deal.
That's true.
So, that's what I'm thinking. But then I lose all my guys, my guild, and all that jazz.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's the struggle. You just got to find a group of neat gamers who are living in their mom's basement, sucking on unemployment. Just the dirtiest. Like they don't do nothing. All they do they wake up, they play WoW 18 hours a day. That's all. That's what you got to find.
Yeah.
I just got a comment on YouTube from a Joe Exotic. Someone named Joe Exotic. All right. Anyway, off topic.
He's back. We found him.
He just lost his zoo. So
yeah, I heard that.
He's looking for work, man. He's
yeah, for sure.
I think is he still in prison?
I think he is. Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta be honest. I didn't watch that.
You didn't? You should.
No, all I know is memes. That's it.
It ended so poorly. That's all I gotta say.
It
ended with me wanting more. Like I was like, well, like what's?
Oh no, yeah, for sure.
What's happened? Like this is it? That's the end?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know.
Wow.
The memes sum it up pretty much. You know, the best it can. So
it's true. It's true.
That's what I gathered.
Save yourself the 10 hours.
I know Carol's killed her husband.
Oh, that's for sure. That's a definite.
And that he's like crazy predatorial thing. But that's all I know.
Yeah.
And he had tigers.
Lots of tigers.
Yeah. It's very entertaining. It's a good binge.
There are more tigers in captivity in Texas than there are in the wild, and that's really sad.
Wow. That is really sad. But at least there's still tigers.
True. Hey, silver lining. There it is.
Yeah.
It's always a silver lining.
So, have you guys? All right, this is not WoW, but have you guys ever watched Jersey Shore?
I love Jersey Shore.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, is it like the levels of bad that Jersey Shore is, or is it like a different? Really?
It's trashier. Way trashier.
Like yeah, I think like
the Jersey Shore on meth.
Oh.
No, I think it's just like Tiger King is just like a very just entertaining like fuck fest of like stupidity. Yeah. It's just like a very wacky story. So like
all right.
Compared to Jersey Shore is just like all over the place,
crazy.
dumb.
Yeah.
Like but like
all right. Speaking of tigers, what covenant are you gonna pick in Shadowlands, Corey?
Speaking of tigers, yeah.
Okay. So I'm
best transition ever.
So I don't role play.
Yeah.
Well, in WoW.
You don't go ERP on Moonguard?
No. I ERPR in IRL.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't like follow the RP scene. But I do. I'm gonna be making a specific character. So I have everything at 120. I was one of the 36 club. In Legion, I did every single mage tower, every single spec, everything. So I have every character at 120. So what was I saying? I have a 120. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring specific characters into Shadowlands for each covenant. So like my druid's going to be the Ardenwields.
Okay. That's what I'm going to do too.
That's like my thought process too.
Yep. Paladin's going Bastion. Which is my main.
I have like 15 leveled 120s, so like I'm not worried about. I mean, my main is probably gonna go Revendreth because like they're the best.
Revendreth is amazing. Yeah.
And then my alt is gonna be Maldraxxus because, of course.
I'm like having like a existential crisis with like what I want to play in Shadowlands because right now I'm mainly my DK, but at the start of BFA I made my Paladin and I really love I love playing Warrior, DK, Paladin. Like those are my three. Yeah. If I'm playing the three, then I'm pretty much happy. But like, I don't know if I want to have my DK be my main and like do like all the rep stuff and all on my DK, or should I do it on my Paladin? Because my Paladin has way more reps on him than on my DK. So I'm just like having like an anxiety about which to play, and I guess I just play both. That's what I have to do.
Yeah. I made this because I'm the same way. I get like crazy. I have like completionist OC, whatever. I just made a decision years ago that my Paladin is the first character to experience the content. That's it. Like, that's it. He's my main. He experiences the content first, and then I can bring everybody else in once he's level capped.
Yeah, I do that with my Demon Hunter. Like, I've been playing I've been maining DK since Wrath, and then I've been maining Demon Hunter since Legion. So I kind of go with the hero classes.
I hate Demon Hunter.
I love him.
I love Demon Hunter so much.
Let me rephrase that. I hate that I love it so goddamn much. It's so much fun to play. It's so much fun, dude. You're just zipping around, jumping, flipping.
It's great.
Lightning, I-beam. I love it, but I hate it.
It has no right being that fun. It has no right.
It makes me so mad that they are that much fun. I mean, I love playing DK too. Like, I love playing Unholy Death Knight just because it's so hectic and like you're just like you just see numbers pop up everywhere all the time. No, like it's just it feels nice to be top like 5 DPS. If it depends on how many range, if there's a bunch of hunters if there's a bunch of hunters or mages, then like, or Destro warlocks, then you're gonna be lower down. But top 5, hey, I'm happy with it.
Yeah. Corey, have you tried Demon Hunter on Alpha? Can you paint me the picture of how they feel? Because I don't have Alpha.
Yeah, they feel exactly the same.
That's good. That's good.
I heard that, honestly.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say. So one of the things that I've noticed in BFA or in Shadowlands Alpha so far, which I'm a tank main. Everything I play is a tank. Ish. I say that as I also played a Resto Druid and a mage.
Resto Druid is god tier class. I love that class.
Dude, it's so fun. Druid master class. But the big thing about all of the tanks that I've noticed in Shadowlands right now is they all play more aggressive than their BFA counterpart, which is perfect for me because I do not build my tanks for damage reduction at all. I'm all about how much damage can I do as a tank.
The best defense is a good offense.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I'm like, as long as I'm not dead, I'm going damage.
Yeah.
I know that's it. Prop paladins are getting holy power, which I didn't like when I heard that because I just don't like the builder spender style. I feel like they do that way too much. Like almost every single class is builder spender.
Yeah, I was a little worried about that at first too, but after playing it, it feels good.
It feels okay. It feels pretty much the same.
Because I didn't really like it in.
Was it when did they brought it in?
Was it WoD?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. I didn't really like it. It felt slow, but it doesn't feel slow. A lot of the talents work so that you're constantly getting holy power, and like you'll get free Word of Glories because now Word of Glory is
baseline, right?
It's baseline, but it also works differently. It essentially works like the current Hand of Protection. Hand of the Protector or whatever it's called. It kind of works like that, or Light of the Protector, where it heals you or whatever you use it on, whoever you use it on. It'll do that. So currently in live, Word of Glory heals like up to 3 injured party members, and now it's just the single target based on holy power. But if it feels good, you're able to get a lot of free uses from it.
As long as the class is fun, then like that's all that really matters to me. Because I love playing Prop Paladin. I like leveling as Prop Paladin.
It's Prop Paladin's very very fun to play.
It's like leveling up as like a Blood DK. Like you just feel invincible.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
You don't kill things very fast, but you don't die, and you can just kill way more things at once.
Honestly, so I on the alpha the other day I was doing Arden Wields, and I went Ret. And I was struggling to stay alive the entire time.
Yeah, Ret's pretty weak. Or not weak, but they're like paper rockets
for sure. Yeah,
glass cannons.
Glass cannons.
That's actually good to hear though for me because I'm a firm advocate for # make Azeroth dangerous again.
Yeah,
because back in Classic and back in the day, like you'd go out into the world and like. You couldn't pull more than 2 mobs at a time, depending on what you were playing. And like now, like go collect 5 fish from wherever the hell whatever from the quest. And then you just go and you AoE literally everything in the area and you finish the quest in 2 seconds.
Well, that's how I played in Classic WoW too, because I played a mage. So like I just,
well, right.
Frost Nova, Blizzard, easy clap.
Everybody that's not a mage, you have to kind of take your time and plan like accordingly, like I just wish that like going forward I want to see more like danger in WoW and instead of just like zerging the whole thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with that, and I kind of hope that they do that to an extent, but you can tell that they definitely don't want new people to be like, I'm dying all the time, I'm out. Like I keep dying.
There has to be like a good balance.
Yeah, because I feel like I
don't want to die all the time either.
I know a lot of people that stopped playing Classic because they were like, dude, I'm just done. I get smacked and I'm like, I can't do anything. I can't outplay that. I just can't pull too much.
You just get hit. Yeah.
Like, I pulled this random dude. Now I'm stuck. Now I'm dead. It's like,
right.
Here's another 30-minute ghost run.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't even matter how good you are at the game, right? Because you're like, I just can't do anything. There's nothing. I don't have anything to do. Like,
there's definitely has to be a good balance between like what was I saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like difficulty and ease of access.
Exactly. So I hope they're playing.
Well, don't level as a prop paladin then. because
Oh no, I wouldn't.
I went in as a prot paladin. I literally was just pulling everything and was like, yeah, I'm fine. Like I'm fine. I can just sit here all day.
Yeah. And it's funny because I say that, and I also main a demon hunter, which is like the one thing that I needed was just
yeah, like
survivability. Like you can.
Yeah.
And honestly,
I'm invincible.
Shadowlands is gonna be
fun.
Broken for yeah. I think it's gonna be great, but it's also gonna be broken for us leveling through it. And I don't know if everybody knows that or what, or if everybody's expecting that, but it's gonna be broken.
Like, what do you mean? Like the first time, or what do you...
Yeah, the first time through, when you go through that on a geared character, you're gonna be demolishing everything.
Yeah.
Like, and which to me is like, it's fine. I don't really play WoW anymore for like the intense leveling, I guess, right? Especially on my main.
Yeah.
Like I want to experience the story, and then I want to get into the end game.
Exactly.
So like for me, it's fine, but I think we're gonna have the same issue as Legion, or as BFA leveling. Well, BFA leveling, where like we started off really strong, and then suddenly we hit 115, 116, and we're like,
oh, I hate that. I hated that.
And then
yeah, and like that sucks, but it also was only a problem for
a little bit of time.
Yeah, and then it was like whatever.
Yeah, I think. Well, I don't know. I feel like I kind of want an expansion where like we don't win.
That's but don't even get me started.
Where we don't kill the bad guy. Like the bad guy kills us, and like it starts some sort of world event to where we.
That's what should have happened.
To get
That's why I hated the ending to Ny'alotha so much, because like we just
N'Zoth is such a cool character. He's so cool.
That's the problem, because like he was so built up. Like he was like the most like hyped up villain in like the history of WoW.
In like 10 years.
And then we just like blow him up like Sauron. I'm sorry to like yell. Like,
no, that's good.
I was hoping for like I was so passionate about it that I made like a speculation video. My first ever like speculation YouTube video. Like, oh, we're gonna lose. Like, what's it called? The Avengers just came out. Like, they're gonna take inspiration from Thanos. We're gonna lose, and we're gonna have to build Azeroth back up again. That's such an awesome idea for like an expansion, like Black Empire. Yeah, exactly. Like if the Black Empire came back, we had to like fight our way back to save the real battle for Azeroth. But fuck me, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that would have been great. And I think so. This is a big thing, and I know I'm gonna get a little preachy here, I think a lot of people, especially WoW players, when a story doesn't go their way or what they envision, it's bad. It's not. Yeah. It's not.
I hated when Sylvanas won against the Lich King. That was bullshit.
Right, but it's not our story.
Yeah,
we're playing it. If we don't like it enough, then we just don't. We don't play it. Right.
Yeah.
But it isn't our story, and we need to trust, I think anyways, that the storytellers have something that they want to show us, that they want to tell us, and we're only seeing a piece of it. So we can say like, oh, this piece is bad or whatever, but we haven't seen the full thing yet. And maybe we can look back and say like, oh yeah, okay, that was bad, but we're not at that looking back stage yet.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten into the story of the next expansion, and I feel like people are already scrutinizing it pretty.
And that's what I love about Sylvanas is she shatters the helm and says this world is a prison. And then we get to Shadowlands and realize, wait a minute, when you die, you get eternal life. Like, wait, so she's right. Like this is an eternal. Like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute.
If I only had some tinfoil, I'd make a tinfoil hat right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's funny. It's crazy.
Yeah, like I was just bitching about like the ending of BFA, but like if it went that way, then we wouldn't have Shadowlands, and I'm very excited about Shadowlands.
Right.
I think.
But I'm also holding out for the time skip when we get back from Shadowlands, and hoping that N'Zoth is actually there, be like, yeah, I actually didn't die, and the Black Empire has taken over your planet. What are you gonna do about it?
Right.
What if Magni was like a double agent?
What?
What if Magni was a double agent, and instead of the Heart of Azeroth killing N'Zoth, he empowered
made him
N'Zoth.
Stronger. Yeah.
True.
So that was what I was saying like the entire time is how does somebody that is capable of making us see anything, how are we just supposed to trust that we killed them?
No, yeah, exactly.
Because we didn't get a full-blown cinematic. We did just get an in-game one.
Mm-hmm.
So like is it possible that this is all just an illusion that they created so that they like maybe do we even go to Ny'alotha? Like who knows?
Yeah.
Like, did we actually, or did we go somewhere else and we just saw it? Like, what?
It'd have been really cool.
Also, to the point of like trusting the storytellers is the idea of Ajara. Like, I think we've all kind of put like, oh, N'Zoth was the main bad guy, but I don't think so. I think Ajara is the overarching main bad guy of BFA.
I would agree with that. I think
Which I love.
I think they didn't do N'Zoth enough justice. Like, with such like a big character, like for him to only have one tiny little patch, you know, and the patch be like, you're in Uldum and what's that place called? Vale of Eternal Blossoms. You're only in those two zones, and you don't even get to go to Ny'alotha. At least like in Nazjatar, we actually got to go to Nazjatar. Like we went to
I really hoped that Ny'alotha was going to be like a zone that we went to, like an Argus kind of zone. But like, and Taliesin like even like speculated that too. But like,
I think Blizzard kind of pulled a WoD 2.0 where they're like, oh well, we need to focus on Shadowlands. BFA is already in the shitter comparative to where WoW was back in Legion or whatever. So like, let's just get this story out, and then we can go back to it if we want to retcon it or whatever they wanted to do later.
Well, I don't know, because they said that they like plan their stories for expansions like two expansions in advance or something like that, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, that's
think they
like
plan the overall theme, but maybe not the details.
I think with WoD we saw them skip something, right? Like WoD had a storyline that it was telling, and I thought the storyline was great, but like it wasn't doing that well. So they were like, "Hey, we're gonna cut out something here." I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's true that they did cut something out. But
there was only 2 raids or 2 raid tiers.
Yeah,
no, they cut. Yeah, they cut. What was it? It was I forgot what it was.
Shoutwrath.
Yeah. It was supposed to be a Shoutwrath raid. Yeah.
So suddenly it just jumped from, "Hey, we need to help Grom." I was like,
"Wait, why?" Like, wasn't
he
the
what
bad
are you
guy?
talking about?
Isn't he the bad guy?
Yeah, and then he has the whole ending where he's like, "We are free," and I'm like, "Dude, you literally enslaved. You just enslaved. Like you were.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Hold up. Go back. Wait a minute. Rewind it.
So like we missed his like his learning experience, his transfer, right, from being like this totalitarian leader to freeing the free people of Draenor. I don't even, To
be completely honest, like I didn't really start paying close attention to like WoW lore like until like about Legion, because
I think Legion was like a really good lore expansion because the character progression, like the individual character progression with the class order hall and like your class history, fantastic. So
that was awesome.
But but like towards the end of WoD, that's when I started really watching like Taliesin, and then I was watching Bellular and Preach like around like Mop in the beginning of like WoD time. But like so like watching Taliesin like made me like kind of more woke to the Warcraft universe and everything, and then that kind of branched me out into different creators, and here I am on Twitch streaming my thoughts and everything on WoW.
Yeah,
so,
no, that's
full circle.
That's what Total Biscuit did for me. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like with his Cataclysm videos, him and Jesse Cox. Like I played WoW, but I didn't think anything of, like I preferred Warcraft 3. Like I just wasn't super into WoW, and then I don't know. They did videos, and suddenly I was like, wait a minute, I see the point of this game now. It's not really the game; it's more about the world and the community in it. Okay.
It's funny, now I'm actually listening to I like to listen to audiobooks before I go to bed, wind me down, whatever. I started recently listening to Arthas, like the
good
book.
Dude,
it's so good.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite Warcraft book. It's one of the only ones that I've read, but it's also my favorite.
I have it sitting right here.
Nice. I'm ready. I'm getting ready for the new. I
want to get that one. I want to get the new book coming out.
For the new one, yeah.
I'm excited.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm excited to read this new author's stuff.
I think it's a new author for the Warcraft series, right? Like this is her first.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But she's a WoW player. She's like super involved in it. She's like she loves some of the characters. As far as I can tell.
Of the new thing that put like
the Lorthamar, the Lister one?
Oh,
dude, I loved it.
The what is it? The fanfic?
That was some smut, man. I was into it. That was good.
It was very well written, but I just wasn't expecting it to be like what it was. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't expecting it to be like a hookup thing.
I thought it worked super well.
Lorthamar's a Chad. Lorthamar's a Chad, and he gets it. Okay.
Well, we saw the cutscene with them too in the game, and I was like, dude, like Thalissra was the one to be like, hey, you, like, guy,
yeah,
I'm into you, and he was like, whoa, yeah, hello, he was like, yeah, we're gonna meet up.
Alpha.
Me now.
Which I can't wait for, but yeah, Christy Golden, I've read a lot of her books, even some of her old like Star Wars, what was it, the old Buffy. She wrote a bunch of old Buffy.
She wrote some stuff for Warhammer too. I think also.
She's also like the nicest person ever.
I didn't get to meet her. I saw her do
like
here we
one
go.
of those BlizzCon stories. Rub it in.
Yeah.
You know.
She did like a panel and like it was like not a huge thing, but like she did a little panel and like talked about like stories from Blizzard and everything. And I was sitting directly across from Pyro. He didn't see me, but I saw him, and he was just like so in love with Christy Golden, man. He's just sitting there. Like,
she's the best. Yeah. She's the best.
Yeah.
She's actually she's speaking the audio like in the audiobook that I'm listening to.
That's awesome.
So it's pretty funny.
Yeah. She does that one, and she does a few of them, I think. Mm-hmm. But Before the Storm, if you get a chance to read that one is voiced by the actor that plays Anduin. Yeah.
Ooh. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Really cool. He did a really good job.
I can read, but like audiobooks are just way better.
So I don't listen to audiobooks, but I listened to a little bit of Before the Storm just because I wanted to hear how good it was, and then I've listened to the Arthas one just because I wanted to hear Christy Golden tell me that story.
Yeah.
It's good so far. I'm on like chapter 4 or something like that.
Spoiler alert, Arthas dies.
No!
But then he comes back, don't worry.
Oh, true, yeah.
True, in Shadowlands. Yeah.
I just meant as the Lich King, but yeah, no, that works too. Yeah, no, he that book does a really good job of painting him as not just like
evil.
Yeah, it does a really good job of being like, hey.
You see the character just like start to, it ends up just like twisting everything about him as
like
it's
Darth
telling
Vader.
you. Like you see his thought process, and like, I mean the last time I read the book was when I was in high school, but I need to definitely read it again because it was a great book.
Corey, do you think we're going to see Arthas in Shadowlands?
No.
Not at all?
No, I don't.
We're going to see...
there's no way
Bluthar.
We're not going to see...
Bluthar. We're seeing Bluthar, so like maybe we'll see Blarthas.
We're definitely seeing Bluthar. I don't think we're seeing Arthas for a couple of reasons.
Ooh.
Go ahead.
I don't think we're seeing him because, as far as I'm aware, he and Ner'zhul... Arthas is no longer Arthas. The entity that was Arthas is just gone. He is now entwined in whatever Ner'zhul and him are, whatever that was.
Yeah.
They're the same entity now. So if we see Arthas somehow divided from that, they'll have to, maybe they won't have to, but they'd have to explain it in some way how did Ner'zhul and him get separated because they became the same person now?
Yeah.
And also, like, do we even know if it's not in the helm anymore?
Yeah.
Like, are they part of Bolvar? Because that's the thing, right? Is that there's only the Lich King.
Yeah.
Anything else is gone. So, like, is Bolvar even Bolvar anymore, or does he still have? Is he now Bolvar, Arthas, and Ner'zhul all?
That's a very good question. I don't know.
If they don't explain it, then Pyromancer's going to have a fit about it and have a 45-minute video explaining it for us.
No, he's just gonna go on Twitter and be like, everyone else is stupid and I'm right.
This game is stupid.
Look at me being right. See how perfect I am. Yep, we do. Yep.
he's very passionate.
Yeah,
but
I love his Twitter. He's hilarious.
What was I gonna say? For the love of God! Oh man. I always do this. Whenever we do these, like, I think of things to say, and then we just go off on tangents, and I just can't remember what the hell I was trying to say. But yeah, I feel like since the helm is like broken, and like they say we always need a Lich King, I feel like they're just eventually we're gonna have to reforge the helmet like they did in Lord of the Rings and forge Anduin, the Flame of the West. I don't know, maybe rename it or something.
I think. Have you guys seen the jailer model?
Yes.
Of course.
So his armor that he has looks identical to the helm. Like it literally looks like the helm was supposed to be on him.
Okay.
And got removed. Like it actually looks like it fits in his
so
shoulder
like
plates.
he is from the design of it. Maybe he is the original.
I think
the helm of
somehow
domination,
the Dreadlords like stole his helmet
and then gave it to Ner'zhul.
and gave it to them so they could imprison it.
It's an interesting idea. I want to learn more about this guy, man.
Yeah, I'm super curious. I don't
Do
know
you
if
own
that's
Chronicle, Corey.
Yeah.
I need to get those books, man.
Dude, they're great.
I love WoW lore. I know more about WoW lore than I do about world history. Okay.
Yeah. So I love lore, I guess, of a lot of different kinds.
Story.
So I like reading like history books, and I was actually a Boston tour guide.
Really?
Talking about history. So yeah, I like stories.
Nice.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun stuff. Stories are good. A good story. Okay. Also, art-wise, BFA's art for gear. What's your take on? Okay, the transmog from the raids, like.
This is something that I was gonna say.
Oh man, I hate it. But what do you think about it?
Yeah, we were talking about raiding, and like I said this last week. My main like what's the word, motivation for raiding or doing any max level content is to go out and get gear, right? If I was not a fan of like a majority of like the gear that has come out of BFA, so like I just kind of lost motivation to do like raids or like, you know, dungeons or anything like that, because everyone just ran around looking exactly the same, and just from my point of view, you know what I mean? So like I just kind of, that's why I haven't really been playing much of BFA, just because the gear like isn't motivating enough for me to get. But the gear looks very, very beautiful. Schmexy, if I might add.
BFA?
For Shadowlands.
Oh, for Shadowlands, yeah.
So I will raid, do Mythic Plus, do everything when Shadowlands comes out to get all of that gear.
The Castle Nathria sets right now, I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, these are insanely
some of the best
good
looking sets. Like,
yeah,
I feel like Nighthold had some really good looking sets. Like, I think Nighthold's probably one of my Nighthold is my favorite DK set. Like, cause you're basically like a Kmart Lich King, and you look awesome.
Yeah,
Kmart Lich King, I love it.
Well, it's like pretty similar, but it's not all the way there. You have the goats on it's really cool. Like you look like a true Death Knight, you know. Yeah. And then you step into Old Ear and you look like a garbage can.
I don't mind BFA's gear, but I don't really like. I can't really see it right now. Like I'm trying to think of it, what it looks like, and I don't know. So I want you
to picture this.
Okay.
A dumpster.
Yeah.
On fire.
That's my high school yearbook photo.
That's BFA's plate gear.
Honestly, like some of the gear like looks like okay, but it's like just okay for me. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm all about like class fantasy and class identity. Like if I want to play a druid, I want to look like a druid. You know what I mean? I don't want to look like the leathery boy. You know, like I don't know. It's just like you didn't get any class fantasy in BFA, and I'm just very hyped to see what they do in Shadowlands with that.
So here's my thing with the mythic Nyalotha sets. I think look great. Looking at them, they look good. They look very squiddy. They look corrupted. They look tentacly.
No, yeah.
Like it looks cool. My thing is though, I transmog to what sets I like the most, anyways.
Yeah.
And
but
unless
it'd be nice to have really cool looking sets that you could transmog to, have a new set to look like, you know.
Yeah, but yeah. But also like I wear tier 9 on my paladin, my Draenei paladin. That is my tier set. That is his tier set.
Is that Siege of Orgrimmar?
No, that's the Trial of the Grand Crusader.
Oh, tier 9. Duh. Oh yes, that's right. Sorry, I'm like.
No, that's all right. Yeah, the Turellian stuff.
The first time they did like not a class set.
Yeah. I think it was like a plate set.
Yeah, they just did plate, leather, and then they had Horn and Alliance variants.
Yeah, I love that set. That's my favorite set. We literally have so I also am in a podcast.
Link it,
Yeah,
and so yeah, shout it out.
And so it's Always Sunny in Stormwind.
Perfect name.
Thank you.
Way better than ours. Shit.
We've had Mr. GM on. We've had Quissy TV.
Oh.
It's been awesome. But so one of our like arts is the three of us in like different outfits, I guess.
Yeah.
And mine is in the tier 9 set.
Nice.
For our like cover art, because that's how much I love that set and how much I actually like wear that set.
Yeah.
I think I have the best paladin transmog.
Are we doing this right now? Are we rating transmogs? All right.
Good.
we have a transmog channel now in Chocolate's Discord, so
Yeah.
we've just been comparing transmogs like last couple days.
Nice.
There's a link there. So but yeah, it's like 5 different sets, and they all fit together very nice. So it's it's not your typical just like full tier set.
I think that's like a much better way of doing transmog.
Yeah.
Just like finding pieces. I'm also just not a big transmog guy. Like once I find something I like,
You just stick
put
to
that
it.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like that too.
Or like if it I feel like it matches my spec. Like my fire mage has a very specific set, but then if she goes frost, she changes to the Frostfire Ridge.
Yep.
The orc set, she changes to that because it's very like frosty.
Yeah.
But my paladin, he just stays.
That's all
tier
it is.
9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
My warrior does. I don't know what my warrior has on. I don't know. No idea.
Just stuff.
Yeah.
He just got stuff on.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what they have for Shadowlands, because they said that they're gonna bring like class sets back like after this like first like phase of like the launch or whatever the hell. So
I think probably by like 9.2 we'll have class sets, because typically like the first raid is like the offset, right? And then 9.1 will be Castle Nathria, or maybe Castle Nathria will be the first, will be the offset raid.
I think that's the first raid.
Because I mean that's a if it was like it's like 9 or 10 bosses, right? That's a pretty.
I think
it's a pretty big raid for the first raid, like because even like Emerald Nighthold was like, or Emerald Nightmare, sorry, is like 7 bosses maybe. It's a pretty short raid. You have the 4, and then you have so 6 bosses in Emerald Nightmare, and then Nighthold was the big 12 boss big first raid. So I kind of like that they're doing a big raid at the start, because maybe that'll and I'm excited to see like what other raids are gonna be too. I think there's just so much more story that can open up in this expansion, and I think starting with Castle Nathria is a fantastic way to do it, because it's just like it just kicks you right in the ass, and you're just like, let's go.
That whole raid looks phenomenal. That zone is great. I can't wait to fight that Dreadlord guy.
Yeah.
They say he's not a Dreadlord.
Everything looks so great. You did a really good overview of the dungeon, the Revendreth dungeon. I'll try to link it in chat. So I'm excited to see what you think of the raid.
Dude, I also like on the dungeons. I'm loving them right now. Like they're great.
They're fun.
Which one is your favorite so far?
Halls of Atonement. That's the one I did the video on. Halls of Atonement was the Mr. GM hates the second boss.
You put that in the video, yeah.
Every time I played Warrior for a really long time, and so like obviously like when you're streaming and he's like just kind of like doing like bullshit content, like he just kind of like just pressing buttons, because it doesn't matter what buttons you press, but like it just bugs me. I'm like, there, execute, like there's a.
It's glowing. Press it.
Press it. Bloodthirst right now. Right now. Bloodthirst. Raging blow.
Good.
Yeah. I'm excited to get my hands on it.
Yeah, me too.
Everything.
It's great. I just did the newer one, Mist of Turnascythe. Was the
From
Arden? Yeah, I did that one. That one is super cool. It's not your typical dungeon. It's very puzzly.
I
There's
like
like
that.
a
I like
there's
Oh, I was watching him stream and he was like, he's getting so mad at the pug because they were like going the wrong way. He's like, "You're not supposed to go that way," and then they get teleported back to the beginning.
Yeah, so that was I was in his group. And one of us, I don't know who it was, but they kept running into ones that other people weren't. So I would run into one and then somebody else would run into one, but I didn't see that they did. So I thought that mine messed up, but it was theirs that messed up. So I didn't go use mine again. I went and used theirs because I didn't see that they used it. And
that dungeon's going to be a pain in the ass for Mythic Plus.
Yeah, I think it was actually like a pretty easy, like the solution to the puzzle was super, super easy. Once you know what it is, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's literally just like what sigil doesn't have a match. Go with that one. Like that's it.
Someone will make an add-on for it and it'll just tell you where to go.
It'll literally just mark it. But the boss had a similar gimmick to that where like it would split into clones. And it would use the same like marker as the pathway did, and you'd have to figure out which clone to kill so that you could actually damage the boss. But it was really cool. And the final boss was really, really, I think it was only me alive at the end.
Taking it home.
I took it home. I asked people to stack up, and they just didn't. So they died, and I was fine. So we got it. We killed it's a Gahoon looking guy. We killed him, but it was super, super fun raid or dungeon. Really liked it.
Yeah, I think I heard something about like a dungeon where there's going to be like a PvP aspect to it as well, where like two players will and this is I don't know if it's been confirmed, but I remember reading about it, and if not, then like I dreamt about it, and that's like a really good fucking idea, right? So like basically like two DPS players get ported out of the room and they have to fight.
Yeah,
trauma combat.
I think that's the Maldraxxus, one of the Maldraxxus dungeons.
So cool.
I like that idea, yeah.
And me being an unholy DK, I'm just gonna obliterate whoever, unless it's a demon hunter. Then I'll just get.
Unless they'll just I-beam you and you'll be like, oh no, stop,
no, please.
Speaking of PvP, I really hope that we see Covenant PvP. Like, I want to see the Covenants go to war with each other, which I don't know if that's going to happen, like, lore-wise, but, like,
that'd be great.
I just think everyone's just going to pick the best one for PvP, and then that one's going to win every single week, so,
Yeah.
Corey, what do you think of the whole Covenant ability situation going on?
I think it is what it is. It's one of those things where, like, they're damned if they do, damned if they don't.
Yep.
Like, if they make it purely cosmetic, then who cares? If they make it too strong, then people are going to be mad about it. Yep. It's like, well, so what do you want? Do you want people to be mad about it, or do you want people to not care about it?
I think the only way to really go about this is to just like make them swappable. Like, go through each zone, you level up through each zone, and then by the time you get to I was about to say 120. By the time you get to 60, you can get each of the 4 abilities and just have 4, Covenant abilities on your rotation or whatever the hell. And then you can get your soul binds like based off of, your Covenant that you're with. So you still get that like fantasy of being tied to one Covenant, but like, I don't know, you still get all 4 abilities, and like that's just the only way it'll be balanced in my opinion.
My issue with that is then it removes the choice aspect.
Yep.
Like suddenly it's like, yeah, and we also don't know, an ability might not be as cool, right? But your soul binds might interact with your abilities, which make it actually way better.
That's a good point.
We just don't know yet. And they say they're going to balance it so it's all like super close to each other, and maybe they will. But I don't know. For me, it's like, if I can just change my ability at any time, who cares? It's just a wasted. To me, it's like
a waste of
why even have the system there? Why not just have a talent tree or whatever?
I get it also.
But that's what I mean is they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. I think like I don't think there's any solution to it except for, hey, don't have it, which is not good either, right?
I think the whole like balancing thing is really only going to affect the 0.01% of the player base. It's only going to be like the cutting edge raiders, and they don't care what their player looks like anyways. They just want to have the best one anyway. So they don't care about the story. They have alts that they can care about the story on. You know.
It's true.
The problem is with that though is like we saw that carry over to BFA with like heart levels, right? I don't know. Yeah. I don't know about you guys. We rated AOTC. Heart levels were never, ever, ever, ever anything that we had to push. It was never anything that I was like, hey, go farm this. It just wasn't a concern. And everyone acts like you had to grind heart levels. And like
you really didn't.
Maybe I'm wrong here, but like the majority of players I don't think had to. Like maybe,
I think really heart levels became a big thing once essences came out, because then essences changed your gameplay so much and give you so many different passives and active abilities that you wanted to have as many slots open as possible. So I think that's when it became like a race to get to 75 or whatever it is.
But then they added such a good catch-up mechanic to it that everyone was getting those essences around the same time anyways. You know?
Yeah, but so for like the 0.01% method, complexity limit graders, but like I feel like Blizzard shouldn't cater to that level of gameplay.
Exactly.
Like they should give them stuff, but not like everything should be revolved around competitive WoW rating.
That's the thing, right? Is like if there should be something, I think, in any MMO, RPG, or whatever, any game, where if you spend more time doing something, you will benefit more from it.
Right. Yep. Right.
If you want to know life grinding Heart of Azeroth levels, that's up to you. But you don't get to then turn around and bitch about it. You know what I mean?
Like, I think also too, not only just having them cater to like the top tier raiders, but they also shouldn't cater to LFR, played 2 hours a day Andes, They should be able to see the content, but I feel that, and this is me just being, an idiot probably, and a jerk, but if all you do is LFR, I don't feel like you should. I feel like it should just be like a story mode almost. Like you really shouldn't get like any like meaningful gear, especially with Titan Forging. I know like now Titan Forging's out of the game, which is fantastic. I hate corruption. But, it is what it is. It's there, so I can't, there's nothing I can do about it. But I feel like...
anybody that, like, specifically, that, like, exclusively does LFR, though. Like, for me, like, I...
Oh, no, there are. Like, there's people who, like, literally play the game to do fishing.
Well, I mean, whatever.
But, like, play the game how you want, but, like, I feel like you shouldn't complain about all these characters who are way stronger than you in PvP if you don't play the game to get the gear, I feel like the amount of time you put into the game should reflect your character's power level, which right now it really doesn't.
Yeah, I agree with that to an extent, but I definitely feel like a mythic raider is stronger than I am.
Well, yeah.
Like no matter.
I think, but in PvP there's so much scaling and balancing and dampening. Like, really, it's all about. Really, right now it's all about your corruption and having as much versatility as possible. That's right now. That's the meta. And I think the RNG vendor, because it cycles every 2-3 days, I think that was a really bad Band-Aid fix on the initial problem of corruptions. So,
yeah, I mean, I'm in one of the minority camps, I think, here with I love corruptions. If the thing with corruption is like, if you have a good one, you love it.
It feels real good.
It feels good. If you have a bad one, it feels bad. Well, like that's. And like now they've kind of helped it, because like that sucks that is up to RNG. I don't think anything should ever be up to RNG. I think that if you want to grind out a currency to make sure you get yourself the good thing, you should be able to do that at any time.
From the get-go, not as a Band-Aid fix.
Right. And even then, like I'm actually okay with them doing the rotating thing, just because I think there's a lot of people that had all their essences and they were just sitting on a shit ton of echoes.
Yeah.
And then like if they all came out, they would have been way more powerful than anybody else, right? Because they would have just been able to buy all of the corruptions that they wanted. Whereas most of us, I think, just didn't have many echoes. So like we kind of need this rotating thing so that other people aren't like, okay, I got everything I need. Bye.
I don't like the rotating thing, because not only does it rotate, but then the levels of each corruption that it rotates changes as well. So like 2 weeks ago, I think when it first came out, it was like Expedient was on there, and it was Expedient 3. It's like really good corruption if you're a haste class, you know. And then now it's on there again, but it's Expedient 1, so it's way less, right? And I just think that it should have all 3 levels. Everything should be available to you from the get go. I don't think that like having them add like an RNG factor to a vendor is just like too much RNG.
But then I wouldn't. But then so like the first week that I was out, I wasn't able to get Expedient because I just didn't have enough echoes. But now I've been able to farm up echoes, and I'll be able, as soon as Expedient 3 gets on there, I'll be able to get some.
Hopefully soon.
Which is like, which is great. Actually, I think we get it this week.
Probably. Yeah, I think it's gonna. It's been about a month since they've added that vendor, right? So
yeah,
that's right when everyone's sub renews, and everyone's gonna come back to the game and get all those nice new corruptions.
Yeah. So like I don't know. I think it's one of those things. Again, if they just put it out on the vendor, they're damned if they do, damned if they don't.
Yeah.
Like everyone's going to be like, oh, well, look at these guys. They all had echoes, and they're now dominating in PvP for these few weeks until I get mine. Or, oh, look at these guilds now. They killed Nyalotha, or they killed Mythic N'Zoth or whatever because they had more of these, and my guild's still waiting, or to farm echoes. Right. And then and then it's the other side where it's like, well, now we can't do it because we don't have the right ones, and we have to wait 4 weeks. And
yeah.
It's funny because like what's been putting me off from BFA lately is just like, I don't know. I mean, I'm a fan of them bringing back vendors and stuff to work for, to like build up currency and to buy whatever you want to buy, whatever. But like, I just feel like there's just so many systems. There's so many fucking systems in BFA.
There really is.
I didn't even know what the hell you were just talking about. It's just like, like there's like the Island Expedition bar, the PvP bar, the Azerite bar, the rotating bullshit, like the Heart of Azeroth. Like, what the hell happened to WoW? Just I don't know. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, just keep adding more systems. Easy clap, dude.
Yeah, there's just so many systems. It's just like, that's why I've just been kind of backed away a little bit, and I'm going to Classic. I just want to take it a little slow. Like, there's just so much to think about on BFA that I just kind of want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, I don't know.
Like, sure.
I don't want to see that many systems in Shadowlands. So I mean,
I think that's what happens when they're like, hey, we need to add something new and exciting each patch.
Exactly.
So they're like, hey, we added this. And then by the time you get to the end of the expansion, it's like, wow, well, we're super fucking powerful now because we have gear,
all
essences, corruption, Heart of Azeroth, like like our profession stuff has increased now, like our stats are through the roof. The way that you guys, when you made this Azerite trait, you weren't expecting it to scale with versatility in this way, but now we have so much versatility that's causing this trait to do that. And it's like, yeah, at this point, it's like, what do you...
Jesus, take the wheel.
Right. But I also kind of enjoy how quick it is and how it always feels like I'm getting something new because there's so many things that it always feels like, okay, well, now I just got a Heart of Azeroth, and now I have to wait. Oh, never mind. I also just got this essence that I can use. Oh, and now I just got... So it's like, okay. Oh, I just got a really good corruption. Or I just got a really bad corruption, which is my case. I just got to shrink it out of my mythic cache. Thanks.
Yeah. But I'm glad to see that they're like, I guess they're kind of taking like the good things about BFA and bringing them forward into Shadowlands. Like, I like that they're doing like the upgrade gear system, like the benthic stuff. That's what I really liked, and it reminded me of Mr. Pandaria. We can like
that's what it reminded me of too. Yeah.
That's what I really liked. And speaking of upgrading gear, like Zach McElreevy we had on last week, he mentioned something really interesting about Mythic Plus that I just want to like reiterate because it was such a great idea.
That's
having like a rotation of gear aesthetic on Mythic Plus,
having like a season 1 set from Mythic Plus.
So
and
like not necessarily
10,
like a class
set unlocked.
Yeah, like not necessarily like a class themed set or anything, but like if they wanted to hypothetically do like a plate, leather, cloth, whatever, just like have something on like a rotation like themed. I don't know. I just think that would be really cool and like would get.
Dude, I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would definitely get me doing Mythic Plus, even though I hate it.
Get the players who don't raid and who only want to do Mythic Plus. It'd give them something that's cool and like that's unique to them. That's unique to that content. Cause we have PvP here. We have like you have the gladiator stuff, right? Elite Gladiator and all that kind of stuff. And then you have the raid gear, you have your Mythic set and all that kind of stuff. But there's really nothing for like doing a plus 15 and getting the same piece of shit shoulders that you got when you're level 109 from that dungeon, and they look the same, but it's just way better. Like it just I don't know. I feel like they could do something really cool, with Mythic Plus. But holy shit! It's been an hour and 20 minutes, boys, that we've been doing this. Time flies.
Oh, that went by really fast.
And yeah, so I mean, I guess just like last point. What is Corey? What are you most excited about for Shadowlands? Like, what's the thing you're looking forward to the most?
Oh man!
If you had to pick one thing, I know there's tons of them, but like, what's like the number one thing you're looking forward to?
I wish it was Torghast, but I think it's the fact that like it's uncharted from here.
Yeah.
Like we have no idea what's coming next, and that's great. Like that, I think that's what I'm most excited about. Is I have no idea where they're going to take this story, where they're going to take WoW, where they're going to take us, where like I'm here for the ride.
What's going to be after? I think that's a really good. I'm with you there.
I've been treating Shadowlands like just for me, like I've just been kind of treating it as like this WoW 2. You know what I mean?
That's what I've been saying on stream. I'm like, this is the Tabula Rasa, clean slate.
WoW 2.
This is WoW 3.
WoW 3. Yeah, the saga, the threequel.
It's just a very different art aesthetic that we've seen, and I'm just so excited for like literally everything that they're fucking doing. So I mean, yeah. I mean, what are you not a fan of Torghast? You said?
I'm not. No, not yet. I wish I was.
I think.
What?
But
I've been looking into this a lot, and I feel like that they're putting a lot of systems and unique abilities into Torghast instead of where they should be putting cool and unique abilities into the class. And I feel like
that's true.
I feel like Torghast is going to be like the new Island Expedition, where it's going to be really cool and exciting at first, and then it's just going to turn into a grind afterwards, and then no one's going to do it unless they, constantly update it and make it relevant. But because they didn't do that with Warfronts or Island Expeditions. They didn't make any of those relevant for 8.3 or 8.2 or 8.1 or whatever,
But the basis of Torghast too is, hey, here's all this cool stuff to kill mobs with over and over and over.
Yeah.
And that's all you do. You just kill mobs things over and over and over.
I feel like it's good mindless content. You just go in there and just fuck shit up all over and over again.
And I think I was hoping for much more of like a Mage Tower-esque experience.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just not what they want to do with it. But right now I'm like, I've been seeing all of these creators talk about how much they love it, and I'm like, I wish I'm the type of person that I want to like things. Like I try not to go into anything being like, I don't want to like that or I don't like that. I try to look for the things that I like really enjoy. And I wish that I loved Torghast. But right now it's not hooking me, and I don't really know why, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's also alpha, so I mean, like, who knows?
Yeah,
like,
it's so early.
Yeah, everything's
so early.
Yeah,
it's so early.
Yeah.
And this alpha is like, they have a lot of stuff there, but like the details aren't there yet.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, I can get in there soon and test it myself. Yes, I'm crying about not having alpha. I'd like to play it. Okay.
If I don't get alpha, I'd be okay with not getting alpha. I would at least want to be in the beta, because at least like beta, the entire game's there. You can do everything you want to do. You can just play the game, right? And obviously just like obviously test and look for bugs. But alpha, like I feel like right now like alpha was really hype at the start, and it's definitely died down because one, I haven't really seen like a bunch of like invite waves go out.
I think it's just targeted to people who like have a platform. Well, not really streamer specific, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like they want to give it to people.
It's always a streamer only alpha. Streamer only alpha. Hey, if you're not in the club, tough shit, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't really think people would want to be in the alpha right now.
Yeah, like, I feel like they just need it. They need to add more meat to the bones. I feel like there's not enough there.
Personally, I think that this alpha should have been private. It should have been like
friends and
even
family
for
only.
Well, no, I think they should have invited the people that they did, I almost don't think that. I think that people stream too much of the alpha and betas of things now, where
like
by
Mr.
the time, but well, which is like it's good, but by the time the thing comes out, potentially you as the streamer are already bored of it, or your viewers are already kind of like, dude, I've seen Torghast 20 billion times already. You tested it every day on alpha. Like I don't even want to do Torghast. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I haven't even played it and I don't want to do it. It's like
have you tried it on your paladin yet? Because I know they recently added paladins.
That was more fun. Yeah. Just because I like my paladin, right? And I was like getting these, but at the end of the day, by the time I got to the final floor, I was still like, all right, well, I'm done. I don't really want to do it again, but it's good. It's fun.
Cool, man. Well, Cory, thank you so much for coming on, man. It's been a pleasure having you on. It's super fun, dude.
Thank you.
And I know you're streaming on Twitch. And I did post your link in the chat, and I have your YouTube channel here. I'll post that in the chat too. So guys, if you haven't already checked out,
please go follow Cory. He's a very good dude. If you haven't checked out Cory yet,
go give him a follow. Go drop some love and all that good stuff. Go like every single one of his videos for those interactions. We'll see you guys next week. We don't know who's going to be coming on next week.
Maximus is coming on next week.
Maximus confirmed.
Maximus
there it
is. TV.
The balcony god. The balcony god is coming on next week. This dude is like on like the 13th floor of like a Miami high rise, and he just streams on his balcony all the time.
That's cool.
Great guy.
Super cool dude. Yeah, I love him. He's awesome. Cory, awesome to have you, man. Thank you again.
Thank you, Cory. We'd love to have you on anytime.
We are going to do a scythe run after this. So if you want to stick around and run Mythic and Taurus, we're here.
Do you guys mind if I plug something that isn't my channel?
Please do anything, man.
All right, so I'm gonna plug. This is that is not hello. I linked it, but it like broke. So this is
you might have to be following.
Okay, am I not following you?
No.
That's embarrassing.
But that's weird. The message still came up anyway.
Well, I mean, I don't have like follower chat on or anything like that. I think follower chat is really bad.
I maybe it worked. I reposted it. So I am a big believer in sticking to your beliefs and being strong and so I think that all lives don't matter until Black lives do. And that is a colorofchange.org donation link if you want to check that out. I know the Trainwrecks podcast raised like $36,000 for the Colors of Change. And there's a bunch of other really good stuff. And if you are on the fence about this type of stuff, if you're on the fence about the movement or anything like that, my DMs are open. I am absolutely willing to discuss things with people. And
you and I had a really good conversation the other day, and like we come from, we have, some different viewpoints, and we were able to find very good common ground and had a very constructive, positive, and good conversation out of it. So I think more conversation is always a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that we can all benefit from listening to people, and especially right now to Black voices. So I just wanted to take that. So thank you guys for allowing me to do that.
Yeah, man. Of course.
Yeah, man.
Guys, we'll see you guys next Monday. Guys, stick around. We are going to do a Mythic and Taurus run if you want to come get a scythe. Probably, maybe not, but you might get, or maybe Facial Lock. You never know. But
that doesn't
we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you guys so much.
See you guys.